Hey guys, welcome back to another Des Devotional Prayers. I'm back with a word from the Lord and a prayer for us all. This is part 2 of the loss video that I did. And this one is on myths and facts about grieving and grief. So the first myth that people believe is the pain will go away faster if you ignore it. And that's false. Trying to ignore your pain or keep it from surfacing will only make it worse in the long run, because you're not coming to terms with it and it starts bottling up and bottling up and bottling up and bottling up. Because I've done that before. That I just denied that my dad ever passed away. This isn't happening, no. And you go through life and it totally just spews out of nowhere at different times in your life, to where it's unhealthy anger or unhealthy mental breakdowns that you have, and you don't truly come to terms with what's going on. You just keep exploding and crying and then denying, and crying and denying, and crying and denying, to where you never truly have the release and the peace that you get with just coming to terms with what happens in your life. Certain things happen in your life and you have no control over them, and it's your job to take that control that you're trying to have over it and release it. Nothing you say, nothing you do, nothing you feel is going to change what is. And that's the harsh reality of it, but that helps you. It helps you when you just say, yes, my dog died that I've had since birth. Yes, my mom died. Yes, my dad died. Yes, my sister died. Yes, I watched this happen. Yes, this accident happened. Yes, I got a divorce after 24 years of marriage. Yes, whatever it is, the sooner that you come to reality that your feelings and your emotions and how you feel, sadly, do not change what is. And it's hard to come to terms with, because we feel like we're so in control of our lives when we're really not. We have certain things we can control, but other things like death, they're inevitable. We can't do anything to stop it. We cannot. It's going to happen. The Lord calls his people when he wants them, and some younger than other, and some at different times than other. And we have to, the ones that are still alive and on earth, have to come to terms with the loss of those that are no longer with us, and put it in its rightful place. A place in your heart, a nice place in your heart. For real healing, it is necessary to face your grief and actively deal with it. The second one is it's important to be strong in the face of loss. Feeling sad, frightened, or lonely is a normal reaction to loss. Crying doesn't mean you're weak. That's one that I felt deep within me. I can't cry. That's weak. Because you'll be called a crybaby, or like, wow, you can't handle that. That's what my brain would think. And you do not need to protect your family at the expense of your own self. Stop doing that, men. I'm speaking to you guys directly, because men are held to some unreasonable standard that if your father dies, or if somebody important, a grandfather or somebody dies in the family, a cousin, a sister, whatever, you feel like you have to step up and help everybody else grieve, when you are a part of that grieving process as well. You are hurting just as much, and you need just as much support. You need just as much healing. You need just as much rest. You need just as much everything. You may need more, because now you have the pressure of feeling like you have to step up. You need now reassurance that it's okay to step down. It's okay. You're dealing with something that's hard. Deal with it, then get back. Don't try to do too much and overload yourself and become cumulative grief, where you overload and you can't handle life at all. And you start becoming the whole different person that you're not. Allow yourself to grieve, men. Cry. It is okay to cry. You are not weak. You are strong because you're coming in tune with your emotions, and you can deal with them properly and not just suppress them to where they transfer into anger and other things that are very unhealthy to have, and depression and abuse. All kinds of stuff happens within suppressing your emotions and what you're dealing with, and always feeling like nobody hears you, nobody sees me, nobody cares about my emotions. I know I care about your emotions, and I need you to care about your emotions enough to tell yourself, I do not need to step up. I do not need to take care of how other people grieve. That's their process. If they ask me within it, then I will help them. But it's a thing to step out and say, I need to help them. I have to. You're doing something you weren't asked. The third myth is, if you don't cry, it means you aren't sorry about the loss. This one is a very hurtful myth, in my opinion, because I don't personally deal with that problem because I cry when certain things happen. Other times I don't, if it's not that big a deal to me, if it was like a lesser loss. But if it's a loss of a person, I will cry. But then again, people deal with emotions differently, and it's not right for us to that's my daughter in the back, and I don't want her to be in the video. Thank you. So if you hear anything, that's her. But there's some people that genuinely do not react, but inside they're going through turmoil, but they know how to not cry out of their eyes and express it, I guess. I may not understand it, but I'm not gonna fault somebody for not crying, because they can still feel the same deep emotions that people that cry. The fourth myth that is a lie is grieving should last about a year, or any given time at that. It's not just or right to tell somebody how long they should be able to grieve for, because for some people they get over grief very quickly. It might be a few months, and for others it takes years to decades to get over grief. And for you to tell them they should have got it done already is rude, and it invalidates their feelings to where their process may take longer because they don't feel comfortable to even be themselves, the person that's grieving for longer than you are. So it's up to us to be a loving people. Be people that love people, not judge people. We're not here to judge people. We're here to help you, serve people, love people. That's it. All this extra is unnecessary. It's unnecessary. Time frames are different for people. Accept it. It's not because they're being weak, and it's not because they can't handle their emotions. I don't know. Only God knows what's really truly going on within them. But it's not our job to judge that. We are not judges. And the fifth myth is moving on with your life means forgetting about your loss. Moving on means you've accepted your loss, but that's not the same as forgetting. You can move on with your life and keep them memories of someone or something you lost as an important part of your heart. This one hurt me because I think that I started to just try to forget, and I didn't know I was doing that until I genuinely started to forget memories and stuff like that, and it hurt my feelings that I was doing that, but I didn't know how to stop myself from doing that because I didn't want to cope with it, and I was just pushing it away. And the more I pushed it away, the more I pushed away my father's existence out of my life when he was a very big part of my life. And that's not fair to him and his memory. I want my children to know their grandfather and how great he was, and to be able to be strong enough to express those times and experiences that I've had with him and show them to them, like pictures of them, or tell stories about them, and not just. That's a part of healing and going through loss and getting to a place of peace with what has happened. Coming to a peace that my father has passed away, and that's just something that I have to deal with from now on. Will help me to joyfully express my father's life to my children, not cry and be sad all the time and just be saying all the negative or sad parts of life, when my life with my father wasn't sad. I loved him, and he taught me a lot, and he brought me joy and love to my life, and I want that to be expressed to my children so that they see that their grandfather had a lot of love in them. They don't really know what to make of it. My mom's always sad, so she really doesn't talk to us about him, and I don't really know him. I don't want that. So I'm trying to do what I need to do to process my emotions and come to peace with what is. It said, in fact, as we move through life, these memories can become more and more integral to defining the people we are. Stay over there, baby. Stay over there. You okay? Did you just find a Slim Jim? What? Oh, yes, I bought one. Okay, I'm like, where did that come from? And a lot of things come into play as to how somebody grieves, like their environment and their personality, how they cope with certain things, your life experiences, your faith, how significant the loss was. It all plays a part, because in some cultures they don't address death, others they celebrate it, others they mourn it year after year after year, different times of the year, and that will determine how fast they deal with the grieving process, or get through the grieving process into peace. Just a second, baby, I'm almost done. Be patient with your grieving process. You can't rush it, you can't force it, you can't make it go any faster, no matter how much you get frustrated with how your emotions are and how much something may affect you. You can't make it go faster. You just have to start dealing with it. Start talking to yourself about it, what's going on and stuff. It says how to deal with grieving process. Acknowledge your pain. Acknowledge it. You're going through a lot of pain. It is a lot to lose something you love so much, or something that you love so much, like a job that you've had for decades and they laid you off. That is financial stability that you've had that you probably thought you were going to have for life. That is a big hit. Acknowledge that it's a big hit. I know you have to get up off your feet and get going and get another job, but acknowledge that this is a painful transition in your life, and allow yourself to grieve. Allow yourself the pain to be released from you, so that you no longer hold that and you can move forward to greater and better things. 2, accept the grief can trigger many different and unexpected emotions. So when you're going through grief, like me, I didn't know certain things in my life would trigger me to want to be angry or mad or jealous or certain things. Like when I was younger, when it first happened, I would see people with their fathers, and it would trigger me to be jealous, or not in a way that I was gonna be like mean to them, but in a way that I wanted that, like, or envious. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's I would see them and want that so badly, and you don't know that until you go through it and you see happy people, and you're like, why are they able to be happy and not me? Or why do they get this and not me? And then you have to address those emotions and say, people are allowed to be happy around me and have what I don't have, and it be okay. It's okay for them to have a father and you not. That is your life. You guys have a different journey. It's okay. They have things that you have. I mean, they don't have things that you have, and they have to come to terms with that as well. Or different smells, or different places like that you used to be. You got to come to terms with coming to them now without that person, and that can be hard, because at first it might be like, I don't want to visit this place anymore. All that it does is bring me pain. All I think about is this person, or this dog, or this relationship. I don't know what examples it would be, but it's our job to also put emotions into places that may not be healthy, and just see it for what it is. If it was your father or your mother or your cousin or your sister or somebody, just remember those memories as sweet memories. Don't take them out of the context of how you felt in that moment. In that day that you went to that place, you were happy to be with that person. Don't take that happiness away from that time and that experience just because now that person's not with you. Enjoy that you still have the memory of this person. Understand that your grieving process will be unique to you. Different people need different things to get through their grieving process. Some need more comfort, some need more things to do to be busy. Figure out what you need and just do it. Don't feel ashamed of what you need. If you need an extreme amount of compassion and love, get that. Get people that will pour into you and pour love into you. If you need things to do, ask people what you need me to help you with, and do that. It's all right. Seek out face-to-face support from people who care about you. Exactly. Seek them out. For some people, it's awkward to talk to somebody that just lost somebody, because they don't know what to say to you. They don't know what to do with you, and they don't know how to help you, because there's really nothing they can do about it. They can't bring that person back to life. They can't bring that dog back. They can't bring your job back. They can't bring things, excuse me, they can't bring things back. So they feel stuck, and a lot of them stay away from you until you introduce yourself back into their life. So do that. If you need their support, say that, I'm feeling very low on energy, please help me. Let's go out, or I don't know, whatever you need. Can you just come over and be with me and watch movies? I don't know. Don't be afraid to ask for help. We all need each other. We all need each other. That's how God made it. He made it to where everybody needs each other, because that's so beautiful when you interact with people and show love in different ways. And the fifth one is support yourself emotionally by taking care of yourself physically. It is so important to your mental and emotional health to be an active person. Be active. It doesn't matter what you do. Get out, get sunlight. That's important too. Your body needs the sun. You stay isolated, you start getting more sicker, you start getting more depressed, you get more feeling more, I don't know how to explain it, but you get more down than you need to be. If you just make yourself walk down the street and back, you will feel so much more relief. I promise you. Because just feeling like you're not just in your own little world by yourself suffering, makes you feel good. To be able to see the world and how beautiful God has created this earth to be, just the trees and nature and life and people and living and seeing people living and watching them living and learning how to get back to living is important. You need this. Don't stay in the house. Get out. Make yourself get out. Make yourself get out. Make yourself take care of yourself physically. Clean up. Wash yourself. Clean yourself. Eat good food. Pray over yourself, over your family, over what's going on. Talk to God about it. He wants to hear your grievances too and help relieve you of them. You're not alone. You're never alone if you have Jesus Christ. And if you don't have Jesus in your heart, ask him to be in your heart and he will. Lord, I ask you to be the Lord of my life. I ask you to come into my life and be my center. I believe you came down and on human form and died for our sins and resurrected 3 days later. I know you're the Son of God. And accept him into your life. Get a Bible, start praying. You'll see how much God transforms you through that. He helps so much. Trust me, I couldn't get through half of the things I went through if God wasn't there to literally pick up my pieces, my broken, shattered pieces off the ground and squish them back together whole and say, you are not what the devil tried to do to you. You are not what you don't understand. You are not what the world wants you to be. You are what I see you as, and I see you as precious and valuable. Believe it. Please take this and believe it. There's 5 stages of grief. Denial. You say, this can't be happening to me. Anger. Why is this happening? Who is this? Who's to blame? Bargaining. Make this not happen, and in return, I will do this. No, Raquel, I don't want you in the video. Oh no, baby. Don't come in here. Just a second, my love. I'm almost done. Depression. I'm too sad to do anything. And acceptance. I'm at peace with what happened. You don't have to go through every stage to heal. Some people don't. Some people don't have to go through all. They're good at, they just regulate their emotions very well and they get through hard things very well. Others go through every stage. That's fine. Each one is fine. Don't be gracious with yourself. Be kind. Be merciful. But think about it. What stage are you in? What stage are you in? And how can I get myself to the next stage? What will help me get to the next stage? Ask God, what do I need? If you're genuinely lost, ask God. I want to get past this hurt. I don't want to be in this hurt anymore. I don't want to cry every time I think of this person or this relationship or this experience or this anything, this dog that was very vital in my life. I don't want to cry. I want to smile at the time that we had together and move forward. Help me to move forward, Lord. Help me to move forward, Jesus Christ. And he will help you. And some scriptures to end it off, to help you with all of these grieving and loss, is Genesis 47, John 14:16, 1 Peter, it's a bird. 1 Peter, it's a bird, yes it is. 1 Peter 4:12, Psalms 22:24, Psalms 34:18, 1 Peter 1:4, Revelation 21:4, 1 Peter 3:8, Philippians 2. 2 Corinthians 1. Sorry guys, I'm kind of rushing through this. My daughter is trying to fight me to get into this camera right now, and I don't want that. But man, I needed this, and I know that there's someone out there that needed this too. And I pray the Lord has blessed you with what you needed in this time together. I love you, and God loves you so much more. I'll see you tomorrow.